Coming up today on Studio 13 Live, the new Clark Kent and Lois Lane have been found. We'll give you a look at the actors starring in the new movie, Superman Legacy.
Plus, Trophy Cupcakes is offering a new afternoon tea experience in Bellevue. We're trying out some of their color-changing teas.
Then, it's out with the old and in with the new. An organization expert is giving us some techniques to organize our closets.
And El Gaucho Seattle is grilling up some steaks and chipotle corn on our weather deck, baby. Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna make your day.
Hello, happy hump day, friends. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We're always excited to have you with us. I'm Carly Henderson.
And I'm Mireya Garcia. And I don't know about you, Carly, but Wednesdays are the hardest day of the week for me.
Oh, I would say Tuesday.
Really?
Because it's not halfway through. It's not Monday, so everyone else isn't commiserating. I feel like Tuesdays are the roughest for me.
Ooh, I don't know why, but if I nap, it's going to be on a Wednesday, and then I have to like crawl my way over to the weekend. So here we go. But we're ready to have fun today.
Yeah, we are. We have a good show planned.
Yes, so the search for the new Superman, that's over. DC Studios has announced the new Clark Kent and Lois Lane in Superman Legacy. Okay, so it is David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan. They're going to be taking over these coveted roles in the upcoming movie set to release in July of 2025. Here you see them on your screen. In fact, Cornsweet is most known for his roles in The Politician and most recently Pearl. Then we have Brosnahan, who's actually won an Emmy and a Golden Globe for her performance in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is so great. Cornsweet is replacing, of course, Henry Cavill after a decade of donning the red cape. Can you believe it had been a decade?
No, and isn't it so weird how much he looks like Henry Cavill?
He does. I
was looking through photos of him today because his name didn't immediately ring a bell.
Right.
And I was like, he looks just like a 10 years younger Henry Cavill. So I wonder how Henry Cavill's feeling about all
I agree.
this
I agree. I wonder if he's gonna, I mean, no shade to the actor, of course. He looks great, but I wonder if they're gonna have him bulk up a little bit because Henry's look was a lot bigger as a Superman.
I'm sure they will. I was checking it out, and he did an interview in 2019, and David said that his dream was to be Superman. So he manifested this, and it's coming true. He's got to be so excited now. And I mean, this is a big deal. This is coming out in 2025. Obviously, Superman's like one of the biggest superheroes of all time. So we are talking about it. There's a lot going on there.
So exciting.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see. Wishing them all the best. And I love manifesting your future. I love that.
Yeah, me too. Speak it, and it'll happen. All right, maybe this next one, a little bit too soon. That's what people are saying. So Titanic, you know, the 1998 Oscar-winning movie, is coming back to Netflix. It's going to return to the streaming service on July 1st. Some users took to social media to express their outrage, saying that the timing is wrong after the Titan submersible tragedy, you know, that just happened.
Yeah.
But according to reports, Netflix's July list of movies already included the Titanic prior to the tragedy.
Ooh, bad timing just in general, I guess.
Yeah,
Oof.
I mean, there's certainly a lot of interest in this sort of thing happening, but I was, you know, as people were giving their opinions about everything that happened with the submersible last week, I saw someone saying they rewatched the Titanic and that movie starts with like a submarine or a submersible exploding. So
it exploded?
Weird time, yeah, exploding underwater. So weird times. We both have the VHS box set of Titanic.
We do.
So I guess it's easier to watch it on Netflix than trying to find a VCR to put it in.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. And I think I told you this, but I begged my parents for that box set and then never watched it because it was too sad.
I thought you were going to say too long. Very long, too.
Also very long.
That was a twofer right there.
Hey, so, you know, we both love music, and the soundtrack for Hamilton has sold 10 million records, becoming the first Broadway cast recording to be certified diamond.
Look around, how you are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world.
I I was really watching that cue light because I like to sing it, but I don't want y'all to have to hear me, okay? The Recording Industry Association of America presented the award to Lin-Manuel Miranda in Puerto Rico, and Miranda was accompanied by several of the original cast members. This soundtrack, by the way, first released in 2015. So wild, but it is so good.
I can't believe that was 8 years ago.
I know.
I saw this in 2019 on Broadway in Chicago, and it just rocked my world. It was so incredible. So 2019, Carly was riding her little divvy bike all around Chicago. I would ride my bike home from work every day. It was like a few miles, and I had a little speaker, and I would play the Hamilton soundtrack, and I would just be totally jamming out, trying to ride fast enough that other people couldn't, you know, hear that voice was coming from me singing along to it. But oh my God, wait for it. That song still gets me every time.
that song.
I love it so much. I'm so happy it's doing so well. I feel like Lin-Manuel Miranda deserves all the money from
Oh
this.
my gosh, I still scream, sing, wait for it in the car. It's such a good song. Wow,
So good.
awesome.
Oh my gosh. So Ryan Reynolds, get this, he's making the leap to F1 with an investment in the Alpine racing team. He's doing the deal with Rob McElhenney and Michael B. Jordan. Now Reynolds and him both first jumped into the sporting world in 2021 when the actors bought the Welsh soccer team Wrexham AFC for $2.5 million. And now they're buying 24% of the Alpine F1 team under Reynolds' Maximum Effort Investment Group. This deal is worth $218 million. Who would have thought that Ryan Reynolds, who started on Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, would be this like multi-million and billion-dollar investment man?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Some of his other investments, so he sold Aviation Gin for $610 million.
He sold it already?
Sold
Oh.
it. And T-Mobile bought his Mint Mobile for $1.35 billion. They're like entered the deal. So that's beginning. I mean, follow
So
whatever
wild.
he's doing.
I know,
'cause
right?
He knows what he's doing.
What's he up to? Also, Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, quality show.
Absolutely.
It was a very good show.
Yeah.
Oh, but I guess, I mean, I didn't see this trajectory for him, but I love it. I love to see it. And, you know, I did follow the whole Wrexham thing. And it's just so heartwarming and beautiful to see what a love of sports and what a love of community can really do for people. So I am just so excited to see how that journey goes. And maybe now I'm going to be a sports racing fan.
People are really into F1 now. I feel like just even the people that I follow, it's blown up with everyone talking about it in the last couple of years. So something to pay attention to.
Hey, Michael Buble has some pretty loyal fans out there, but this one definitely has a leg up. There you go, on everybody else. Check that out. Wow. One of his biggest fans from Australia got a detailed tattoo of his whole face on her leg. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Grammy Award-winning singer shared this photo on his own Instagram saying, quote, "My wife doesn't even love me that much." And you know what? I don't think I love anybody that much.
Yeah, definitely not. There was one point in time where I was hosting this event and someone asked me to sign their forehead with a marker. And so I like drew a little dinosaur and signed my name on it. And then I was like, can I take a picture with you? Because this is one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me. But that was not a tattoo. That must be wild to see your face tattooed on other people's bodies.
Wait, I need to know more. Did you do it with a Sharpie, you said?
Yeah, just like a marker.
That lasts a little bit.
It lasts
is all
a
I'm
little
saying.
bit. I know. I wonder how he was doing the week after that. Hopefully good. The world's largest cruise ship is one step closer to making its debut journey in 2024. So Royal Caribbean International's Icon of the Seas completed its first set of sea trials, and the ship features 20 decks, 6 water slides, 40 restaurant and entertainment options, and it can hold more than 5,600 passengers. So its first official voyage is already sold out. It's going to sail from Florida to parts of the Caribbean.
Interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just so on cruises, but I feel like if it's that enormous, maybe you don't feel it rocking that much. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it seems a little claustrophobic to me to think of just like being stuck out there, especially after 2020 when all those thousands of people got stuck on cruise ships for like over a month. So for me, I'm still like, I can't swim away if I want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
no, I get it.
I'm not jumping on it, but I feel like if you're into cruises, there's a lot to do on that ship, so that's cool.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a good one for families
Yeah.
too, because there's stuff for all sorts of people to do.
All the
Okay.
water slides.
Yes. Hey, and of course, summer travel in full swing at this point. But here's the question. How would you like unlimited flights for the rest of your life.
Sign me up.
I know, right? Good deal. Okay, well, a man actually got that deal, and he is definitely taking full advantage, but it didn't come cheap, okay? So the man's name is Tom Suker, and the 69-year-old says that he actually owes all of this to a single purchase he made back in 1990. And then back then, apparently, United Airlines was selling what they called a lifetime pass. It costs $290,000 though, Carly.
I can't imagine having that kind of money just sitting around.
Just having that. Okay,
Yeah.
but he had it and he purchased that. And then he says that in 33 years that have passed since then, he's actually racked up 23 million miles of air travel. He's also used the perks that come along with that, you know, fancy hotels, fancy dinners, and week-long cruises. So the man's doing it all. He says he's actually taken his wife on 120 honeymoons. Oh my goodness, that's nice. And he calls it the best investment of his life. But to me, this really illustrates the point that you have to have money to make money, I guess.
Do. Yeah, I had the companion pass on Southwest for 1 year, and that was awesome because I happened to have like 5 weddings, so that was great. But if you get this, you got to have a buddy, a companion that can go with you on this whole thing. But before you get there, you know, you got to ask someone out. You got to shoot your shot, right? So etiquette experts are saying that when you're hitting on someone, you should always do it appropriately and respectfully. And a lot of that comes down to location. So that being said, here are 6 places where you should bite your tongue and maybe not do it. A funeral, the gym, a job interview, a therapist's office, on a plane, and the emergency room.
I approve of this list. Don't do that.
But we were just talking about workout wooing and how people are now trying to meet someone at the gym. And we're like, we can see, you know, you're taking care of your health. And I would actually say, I don't know, the therapist's office could get weird, but if you see someone in a therapist's office, you know they're working on themselves. They're probably evolved. They're trying to heal from anything. So they might be a really good partner. It just would be a little bit awkward if it was not a match.
If it was a no, if it was a no
right?
for me. Yeah, I guess the gym, maybe it depends, because I see where you're coming from, but you know, if it's a no and you still got to do your workout, ooh, that sounds like a full nightmare. So maybe like as you're leaving, perhaps.
Yeah, I feel like on an airplane too, you've got to know 100% that it's going to be a yes. And say you're vibing, you're talking, this is great. You got to wait until you're about to deboard that plane and then ask them out, because otherwise that is going to be very uncomfortable on an airplane. And also, I feel like general rule, just you got a 50-50 shot, right? Maybe you're feeling it, maybe you're not, but they can say yes or they can say no. So if they say no, you got to just take it graceful and be like, okay, no problem, have a good day. Thank you so much. You know, this has been great. Good luck with everything, instead of getting mad at the person.
Have you ever asked anybody out?
I want to say no.
I don't think I have either. So here's the thing.
I'm for it, but no.
I know, absolutely for it. I have never done that, and I feel like I try to be so kind and understanding to the person who is asking you out when you honestly are like no, right? Like trying not to be a jerk, but it is awkward for everyone involved. You got to speak your truth though.
You do. You got to shoot your shot. Okay, still ahead. Taylor Swift has spoken, asking fans to go easy on John Mayer when Speak Now's Taylor's version is released next month. Yeah,
but Swifties are not all that forgiving as we've seen in the past. We'll get the scoop when we check in with TMZ. That's up next. It is time to take a look at what is popping in celebrity news.
And for that, we're bringing in Michael Babcock from TMZ. Hey, Michael, how you doing today?
Hey, guys, I'm doing great. How are you?
Fabulous. So, you know, we're big Swifties here. And over the weekend, Taylor Swift asked her fans to go easy on John Mayer when Speak Now Taylor's version is released next Friday. That album famously, you know, has songs about John Mayer on it. But is it true that Swifties are not listening to Mother?
Yeah, I gotta watch my words here. So I don't want to get attacked online. But yeah, look, she played Dear John, and she asked the crowd. She said, you know, I don't care about anything that happened to me when I was 19 years old. I'm 33 years old now. It was 14 years ago, and lay off of John. So that was the message, not received by some of the Swifties, though, because like you said, or the fans have been attacking him on social media, completely disregarding what Taylor asked of them. And you know, it's kind of unfortunate. Obviously, it's something, it happened a decade and a half ago, and here he is having to deal with all of the fans again coming at him on social media.
Absolutely. I do love the forehead sweat that came with having to deliver that news, Michael.
I know, I'm scared up here.
So let's change the subject here. Ryan Seacrest now opening up about taking over for Pat Sajak on Wheel of Fortune. So what is he saying?
Yeah, look, he's very excited for this. Right when Pat announced that after 41 seasons, he was going to be stepping down. Of course, the new season going to start in September. He was a front runner, and look, there have been a lot of people who have said, "Hey, you know, let somebody else host the show, Ryan." And Ryan, you know, essentially hosts every major TV show out there now. But it makes sense. He actually worked with Merv Griffin, who was, of course, the creator of Wheel of Fortune many years ago. They worked together on a show about 25 years ago. So there was a relationship there. So now for him to take over for Pat Sajak after all of these years, it's sort of, he comes full circle, and he's really happy. He's really excited about it. He, like you said, he released this statement. He said, you know, I'm looking forward to learning a lot from Pat during this last season. So I would expect for them to work very closely together. And I think the fans by and large are very excited and feel like it's a good choice. He's obviously an incredibly talented person.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt that he's going to just absolutely excel at this job. And I have to say, you know, with so many like actors taking hosting jobs and hosting opportunities these days, I'm glad it's an actual host that's getting it.
Right,
you know?
right.
And I'm sure
mean, he's as good as anybody.
Yeah.
Right. But I agree, right? You're having all of these actors and musicians that are being given these television shows and being put up there as hosts. He is actually a very talented host, and I think you're right. If it's not Pat Sajak, I think he is going to do a fantastic job. I really do.
You said it, Michael Babcock. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me, guys.
We'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, you can catch TMZ right here on Fox 13 weekdays at 7 p.m.
And coming up, we're bringing in an organization expert, Shantae Duckworth.
We're going to be learning how to clear out our closets with some organization techniques. We'll be right back.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't.
Hey, it's time for IDK, where we learn something new. And if you are late on spring cleaning, we got you covered.
I'm late. I'm very late. Okay.
I forgot it was even a third.
You know what? I am late myself. I got to do my own too, so you're not alone.
Yes, and this expert here with us today, Shantae Duckworth, you're going to show us how to organize our closets, get rid of all that extra old stuff, make room for the new. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
This is an important topic.
Yes,
absolutely, absolutely. So, of course, you have your own home organization business. So, tell us about it. What's it called? How did you get started?
So, the name of my business is Shantae Eyes Your Space. I figured because I'm bringing my good energy into your home, why not play off of my name and add that into the name? I've been in business for about 2 years. Started in COVID, like we all, you know, sitting at home, realizing you got so much stuff. Got rid of so much stuff in our home, and then realized like it's a legit business, and launched it in May of 2021.
Wow, so you were productive during COVID.
Very much so. I had to do something.
I have bad respect for people who work, because I watched a lot of Netflix, to be honest. So let's get into it. You're going to show us some ways to reorganize our closets. Where do we even start?
So you want to start with decluttering. That's always the name of the game. You want to get rid of anything that you haven't worn within a year, anything that is tattered and worn and broken down that you don't plan on repairing. Those would be the first items that want to go out of your closet. Again, if it doesn't make you feel like that confident person when you are wearing it, just it's time to let it go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so hard to do. I have such a pile.
It's so hard. And even as home organizers, like it's hard for us too. Like we really got to like tap into our own rules and realize, I haven't worn it, let it go.
Okay, so I am very guilty. I feel like everyone in news is guilty of this. You buy a lot of stuff.
Yes.
You love it in the moment, but you find that you actually don't wear it that often. So talk to us about how we make sure that the stuff we buy isn't going to waste.
So what I like to tell people is to have a no-buy season. So like right now we are in the summer. all those things that were in your closet last summer, give them a chance to be worn and bring life into that and bring space into that. And then again, at the end of the summer, if you decide like I didn't have a chance to wear this or this isn't my style, let it go. Such a great way for you to be able to save money and to really find your own personal style within your own wardrobe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now let's talk like any other rules, restrictions, or anything like that that we can kind of set for ourselves to make sure that we stay on top of our closets and our clothing and all that.
Just constantly edit your closet. I personally like to try to go through every quarter and edit my closet, especially in Seattle. We tend to have all of the seasons, right? So it's like a perfect time every quarter to sit down and realize, right now it's time to go through all that fall stuff, go through all the winter stuff, and really bring out the summer stuff and rotate it throughout your closet.
Wonderful.
That's a good tip.
Okay, so we talked about the no spend season. We talked about rotating our stuff. But when you're getting rid of stuff, you got to donate it somewhere.
Yes,
Where do you like to donate things?
I personally like to go to nonprofit organizations, women's shelters, things of that nature, to really give back to the people in the community who can really benefit from some great quality clothing. Also, you know, if you have really nice pieces, consignment shops are really great, secondhand stores, things of that nature. But I tend to really focus on nonprofit organizations.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What are these boxes behind you, by the way?
Oh, so these boxes are just a couple of boxes that can add some style into your closet. I'm a big fan of the acrylic box. I like to see my stuff. That way I'm able to use it and make sure I'm wearing my local hats, Go Seattle Sports.
Yeah.
Also, if that's not your vibe, you know, a box like this is also perfect. It adds some great style into your closet. It's great for rotating pieces as in summer and winter. So like right now, I would have all my winter stuff in here.
Yeah.
Put all the summer stuff up in the closet. That way I'm able to wear it.
Makes it look like you have your life together.
Oh, yes! That's the key. That is the key.
To be honest, I have a pile of hats just like on the shelf at the top of my closet, just shoved on top of each other. I never even considered putting them in a box.
Exactly.
This is why we need you.
Yes.
What would you say is like the most important thing for people to keep in mind when they're organizing their closet or organizing their home?
Just bring your personal style out into your home. I think everyone gets so cookie cuttered on like Pinterest and like all these social media where it's like, I feel like my space has to look like this. When it doesn't, it has to look like you live in it. You and your family live in it. So please make sure that you are like adding those elements into your home as far as pictures and decor and art and all those little things that make your home uniquely to you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it looks to me like maybe you have some favorite hangers here.
Yes, velvet hangers is my jam. I'm also a big fan of wood hangers, or actually just any uniform hanger, but velvet, black velvet is my personal classic.
Okay, and then I see you have this here too.
Yes. Okay, so this is how I hang my workout pants. If you are a girl, so just take one of your it's like a scarf rack, and it's like 12 compartments on here, and then I just hang all of my workout pants on here to save space in my closet and in my drawers.
Why has no one ever told me this before?
Right?
We needed Shantae.
Yeah. Also, another great tip that I also like to do to make sure that you are rotating your clothes and wearing them is to hang your hangers backwards in the closet like this. And then when you do put it on and wear it, you just face it back this way, and that way when you're rotating through your closet, you can see what you have worn, what you haven't worn, and that way you're able to donate the items that you no longer need.
That is so smart.
It is, and I am notorious for lying to myself about how I wear something all the time, but that'll be honest.
Yes.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been so informative, and I will definitely be using some of your tips.
Yes.
We have more info on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live.
Yeah, and hey, still ahead, we are taking a look at some of the wacky things people have said on Nextdoor this week.
Oh boy, including someone who is very paranoid about their neighbor's TV antenna. Stay with us.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't.
Hey, welcome back. So people use their Nextdoor app for all kinds of things, selling things, trying to warn others about solicitors.
Yeah, but there's some people that really post some wacky things on there, and we're taking a look at some of the goofy things that we found on Nextdoor. Okay, so let's check this out. This person here said, "To my neighbor that complained to the city about my chickens, I want to thank you because I didn't know that I was allowed to have up to 25, and I don't even have half that. So thank you for the complaint. I learned something today."
They must have been pretty certain that that person was on Nextdoor and going to read it. This person says, "Help! People have been walking in front of my house. This must stop. It's driving my dog crazy."
Oh, how dare they?
I feel like I could be writing this, to be honest. My dog hates any sort of UPS driver, Amazon delivery, anyone who comes to the front door. But he lets us know.
Waffles will let you know.
Yeah.
Okay. This other person says, "Help! Is anyone feeling generous enough to co-sign on an auto loan for me? Ooh, wow.
Good luck with that one. And this person who posted about their neighbor's antenna. So they said, my neighbor just had an antenna mounted on their roof. It's pointing directly at my home. It is not on the top of the roof like you would think. It should be pointing towards transmitting towers. Is this something I should be worried about, or am I reading too much into it?
Oh boy, I'm gonna say chill.
I'm gonna say don't worry about it. That's strange.
Oh boy, have you ever written anything on Nextdoor?
I have. I actually I was given a gift, and it was right before I moved here actually, and I put it on Nextdoor saying, hey, it was like, yeah, it was this like press pack for this Nickelodeon show. And I was like, I feel like a kid would really like this. It's brand new. It's for this movie that just came out. So I advertised on Nextdoor. I said, hey, if anyone wants to get this, let me know. And then someone came and picked it up.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
It's good for like giving stuff away, but if I've learned anything, whether it's Nextdoor or Craigslist, if I'm advertising there's something I'm going to give away, you're going to get like 100 responses from it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
So I, myself, as a very tired woman, once wrote something very salty on Nextdoor. And it was when my son was newly born, and it was 4th of July, and people were popping fireworks when they weren't supposed to. Finger wag, and woke him up, and I got mad.
Oh, I feel like that's legit. Was it? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter.
I mean, it wasn't anything like insane, but I was like, hey, just a reminder, it's illegal to be popping fireworks outside of your house.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't like DIY like explosive fireworks. It kind of scares me.
Oh gosh, we should do that more. That's really fun.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so Starbucks, by the way, adding some refreshing new items to its menu. So if you love yourself a little slushy, they're introducing 3 new frozen lemonade refreshers. It's part of the permanent menu now, okay? So it's like a mix of fruit, lemonade, ice. Sounds perfect for a warm day. Those new flavors include mango dragon fruit, strawberry acai, and pineapple passion fruit. And I need to get this more. I usually just get a coffee when I go to Starbucks.
That sounds good for like if you're meeting a friend for coffee in the afternoon, but maybe you've already had your caffeine for the day and don't want to have any more. That strawberry also, you sounds really good.
It does.
I like it when it's really icy, like when it's pretty frozen and not liquidy. I feel like maybe you can tell Starbucks to do that, right?
Yeah, I feel like you could.
I feel like people used to do that with Frappuccinos. I don't know. I might just go to the drive-thru today and find out. Well, you know, a lot of people like taking pictures of their food. And get this, now you can use those photos to help improve your health with AI. So former Google engineers came together to create the Snap Calorie app. The cell phone app can count the calories in any meal just from simply taking a photo of it. And as of this month, investors, including CrossFit CEO Eric Roza, have given a total of $2 million to the team startup. Now, the app is available on Google Play and Apple's App Store for free. You can also get a premium version for $29 a month. This is interesting. I have previously tracked my food when I was like trying to lose weight before. And I will say, I'm not saying you should do this or you shouldn't do this, but I was shocked at the amount of calories that I was consuming by like lunchtime.
Yeah.
Like I was almost at the total calories for the day that they say to have by lunch. So I think there could be some benefit to this if you're wanting, but how accurate is it really going to be? Like, how do you know if you take a picture of a milkshake that it doesn't know that it's like a protein powder smoothie versus a milkshake, right?
That's true. That's true. I have questions about that. I do use MyFitnessPal on a daily basis, and I think that it is beneficial. Like you said, sometimes it's really unclear what we're eating or like what it's doing to our bodies. So I do like to track that, but I don't know. I guess I wouldn't trust the picture thing right away. I would need other people to try it first.
Yeah, to let us know. Google Lens, which is the technology that this was kind of like developed with, is really amazing though within the Google app. If you scan anything, like I could take a picture of this rug and it would show me probably the exact rug, a link to where you could buy it, everything. So I do use that sometimes if I'm out and I want to know where something's from, or you know, see if I can find like a dress that I see in a picture or something like that. So that's kind of cool technology.
Oh, that is cool. Okay, speaking of tracking our food, do you like soda?
I like it, but I don't drink it that much.
I only drink Diet Pepsi sometimes. But what about like a I'll eat a hot dog.
Yeah.
Will you eat something
Veggie
like a
dog,
veggie dog?
absolutely.
Okay, very good. What about this though? Soda on your hot dog.
That's a pass.
That's a pass
That's a
for me
strong pass.
too, but Pepsi thinks somebody might like this because it is pushing past the norm and creating its first ever condiment. It's called Cola Chup. rolls right off the tongue. For July 4th, select baseball stadiums are going to be offering the soda-infused ketchup. So it's more ketchup than anything else.
Okay.
They're saying it's sweet, salty, and then a little bit citrusy as a condiment, which I could kind of get because I like relish on my hot dogs, so that's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But this is, of course, part of a campaign for Better with Pepsi. That's the name of their campaign. I feel like people are gonna try it for the gram, but like, come on.
I feel like what this is doing is making us talk about Pepsi and saying, I don't know, I think I'd rather have my hot dog separately and then drink a Pepsi, and then people end up ordering more Pepsi. That's what I'm thinking.
I think you're right
here.
Yep, I think you're right. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And here we are talking about
Yeah.
it. You know what? It's still gross. So we've been asking this question of the day on Good Day Seattle, but we just had to talk about it, okay? So there's a new report that shows that not washing your pillowcases specifically, that could create about 3 million bacteria just like hanging out by your eyeballs and your mouth. It's super great. But we want to know, how often do you wash your bed sheets?
Yeah, is it more than once a week? Is it weekly? Is it monthly? Is it never? Definitely answer by scanning a QR code that you see on your screen. You can also vote on fox13seattle.com/poll. And here are some of the results that we have compiled so far, our station here. So it looks like barely anyone is doing more than once a week. 50% are doing weekly. 32% are doing monthly. I'm probably somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah.
And 15% are doing never. 15% is high.
Well, let me tell you, the reason I have been obsessing about this poll all day is because earlier today, it was 50%, 50% saying never. And I was shook and so disgusted, but I guess it leveled off.
Doesn't that make you want to ask anyone you go to stay at their house as a guest, like, hey, when were these sheets last cleaned?
Oh,
or just
gosh.
sleep in like full sleeves and pants and socks
and
bring your own t-shirt to put your head on. Let's keep it clean here.
Yeah,
Okay,
yucky.
let's change the subject. Still ahead, Trophy Cupcakes is taking afternoon tea to a new level at the Bravern in Bellevue. I'm gonna get to try some of their glitter and color-changing teas.
And of course, we'd love to meet you when we are in Puyallup. Come meet Carly, Brian, and myself at the Washington State Fairgrounds. It's all free. We'll be there from 11:30 to 12:30.
Don't gotta wait today. It's happening all over.
Hello, welcome back. So a Pacific Northwest staple is now offering afternoon tea. The experience features sweet and savory treats as well, which has me so excited. And joining me to chat about this, Jennifer Shea, the CEO and founder of Trophy Cupcakes. Hi.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So good to have you. I have to say, this is the prettiest spread ever.
Thank you.
I love a little cotton candy, especially with the sparkle.
Yes.
And you've got so many fun tea options, so kind of walk us through those.
Yeah, so we have a whole array of hand-blended teas. I brought a blueberry hibiscus today, and then also our most popular is the color-changing garden party tea. This one has chamomile, rose petals, and then it has the butterfly pea flowers, which are the magic flower. And it starts out this beautiful blue color, and then I'll have you squeeze the lemon into that.
Oh, so the lemon makes it change colors?
Yeah, so that flower reacts. See how it's turning purple?
Oh my gosh, can you guys see this? Look at that.
It's
it
so
started
fun.
blue and now it's purple. That is wild.
We like little magic details. That's what makes our tea a little different.
Oh my
And it's
gosh.
chamomile, so yeah,
I'm gonna
enjoy.
take a little taste of this.
A little bit dripping, but you're fine.
That's just typical for me, to be honest. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. So it's
Isn't
the
that cute?
pea flower that makes it change color when it hits like the citrus in there?
Yeah, and a lot of different bakers and chefs use that flower to make things blue or purple, and it's just a fun ingredient to use.
That is so cool. It's so fun too. I feel like, little kids would get really excited about that,
I feel
and
like
adults
the
as well.
grown women are getting the most excited about that.
Great. And then what else do you have?
We also do a signature mocktail, which we
Okay.
call our pink disco ball, because our seating area has pink disco balls all over the ceiling. And so this is a rose lemonade that we do lots of glitter. Oops, I'm spilling too.
That's okay.
And then
You're at my table. It's all good.
Yeah, hopefully my shaker doesn't spill over the place. But it's a rose. It is rose lemonade, raspberries, glitter, rose petal. It's very delicious, and again, little kids love this one. They feel very fancy with their glass. But grown people
cute.
love it too.
Is that powdered sugar in there as well?
It's edible glitter.
Edible
Yeah,
glitter.
so if you stir it around a little bit, you'll see the shimmer.
I'm gonna try this
do its
one.
thing.
Oh, that's so yummy.
Isn't it good?
Yeah, I like how it's a subtle rose flavor, a little aroma in there too. Ah, so good.
You have to be careful with the floral flavors because I'm sure you've heard people say like, "Oh, it tastes like soap."
Oh, if you do too much?
As long as you are subtle, florals I think are really delicious.
Okay, that's a good tip. Sounds like truffle oil, where if you put like too much truffle oil, you're like, okay,
Yes,
it's too much, it's too much here. Okay,
exactly.
that's a hot tip right there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm also seeing some food. This is like my favorite part about high tea is just sitting, having tea, and then having some little snacks. So talk about some of the food you have.
Yeah, so we really wanted our tea tower to embody kind of what Trophy is about, and that's just more magic and fun and just really having a great time. Of course, you'll see little mini cupcakes on the top. There's little finger sandwiches that are actually cake filled with buttercream. So we thought that was kind of fun. There's bejeweled scones that come with a passion fruit curd and chantilly that are so yummy. A little parfait with lime curd and chantilly cream and some graham cracker. Of course, our macarons, which are amazing.
Yes.
And then on the savory level, on the bottom, we have a pink finger sandwich, and that's with guava bread, cucumber, dill cream cheese. So delicious.
Guava bread. Tell me more about that while I try it.
It's actually from Hawaii, and a lot of us at the bakery are obsessed with this. And it really just is like a soft, I don't know, it's just like a Hawaiian sweet bread.
I love that.
Yeah.
Does the guava make it this color, or do you add something? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I wish that all bread was guava bread because I want to eat pink sandwiches now.
All of our sandwiches should be pink. And then there's little croque monsieur croissants and salmon rosettes and some little custard tarts. There's a savory eclair with our curry chicken salad in it that's so yummy.
Such a good mix. And then I'm seeing some little, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there's these little like glitter stars in this cotton candy. Can you eat that?
Yes. So edible glitter, that's a rose cotton candy, and it just kind of tops the whole thing off and is really the wow factor when we bring that to the table.
Oh my gosh.
So fun.
I love that so much. I've never been to a high tea with cotton candy, but sign me up. Our movie theater in the town I grew up in sold cotton candy, and I like believe that every movie theater I go to, I'm like, do they have cotton candy there? Not a common thing. So you got to come to high tea and get your cute glitter cotton candy. I love that.
Yeah.
What kind of groups do you think this is perfect for?
We have had a lot of girlfriends doing it for just like a sweet afternoon friends, get together.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people, I mean, of course, Mother's Day was packed. And a lot of people are booking it, doing private bookings for bridal showers and baby showers. So booking out our whole section and just having all their friends come and celebrate that.
That's such a good
really
idea.
fun.
That makes me want to have a party there. Yeah. And I'm vegetarian, so you have some veggie options too. You can get like a whole veggie tower, is that right?
Yep. So when you make your reservation on Open Table, which the link is on our Instagram and our website, you can choose whether you'd like classic or vegetarian.
Oh, perfect.
So right now, those are our two.
That's awesome. And then I hear you also have something called themed teas happening in July. Tell me about that.
Yes, we're all very excited for the release of the Barbie movie.
Yes!
And so we're doing a Barbie-themed tea starting the weekend that the movie opens.
Oh my gosh.
So those tickets, those reservations are on sale on Friday.
Okay, that sounds
So Friday
amazing.
morning, make sure you have your alarm set and go to our site and see, I think if you came to tea, then went to the movie, it would just be the best day.
I love that.
Right?
Most magical
There's going to be an Instagram booth. It's a Barbie life-size box to take photos. We're going to send everybody away with pink Barbie popcorn, so you can have that at the movie.
You're doing it right. This is so much fun. I love this so much, Jennifer. Thank you for coming in here and showing us all this.
My pleasure.
Some color-changing tea. We posted more info on Trophy Cupcakes afternoon tea up on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio 13 Live. And hey, coming up on Studio 13 Live, Mireya is heading up to our sky deck for some grilling with El Gaucho Seattle. She's going to be learning how to make their steak and chipotle corn right after the break. We'll be right back.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't.
Hello, it is time for Emerald Grilled Eats, where we showcase some amazing food in our area. And it is summertime, baby. And it's grilling season as well. So we're going to get you ready for that grilling season with El Gaucho in Seattle. This is just such an amazing place to be right now. It makes me so happy to be joined today by Kieran Chun. You're the executive chef and manager. Talk to me about that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I've worked for Fire and Vine for almost a decade now. We have quite a few properties. I'm at the El Gaucho Seattle location.
Now, you have multiple locations throughout the area, though, so talk to me about the kind of food that you serve, the vibe that you're going for.
Yeah, it's really fine dining, swanky joints with dry-aged steaks. That's our main focus. And then also just guest experience, taking care of the guest, making sure they have a good time.
I love me a swanky joint. I think that's very cool. Okay, so you're going to show us how to grill some steak and some corn, but I have to know, there's nothing worse than an overcooked steak, you know?
Yeah, that's
How
right.
do we make sure that it's going to be good?
There's a couple things besides burning it. A couple tips I have especially is let your steak out to rest for at least 30 minutes. That's going to help you get a nice caramelization on the crust. That and including rest time, very important. So those are the two main things for me.
Okay, and we have to season our meat, so what are your favorites?
My favorite today, we're going to demonstrate a little peppercorn. We serve this at our restaurant and with some blue cheese. It's my favorite steak of all time.
Oh, yum. And I feel like when the quality of the meat is good, you know, peppercorn, salt,
oh yeah,
that's all you need.
It adds a little texture, so it's
all right,
definitely
let's do it.
Yeah. So you're going to want to start off with olive oil. You don't need too much. Just get it all on each edge of the steak. That's very important. You want to season the fat too, and start off with your salt, whatever you're using at home. Today we're using Gaucho seasoning.
That's a winner. Is that a secret seasoning there? You guys sell that?
We do sell it. It's not too secret. It's really, really easy to make. Salt, pepper, granulated onion, granulated garlic, and a little cayenne pepper.
Ooh, yummy.
So we want to get all sides. I see a lot of people not season the fat.
Yeah.
That's very important. That fat's the best part, at least for me.
Okay.
And then we're actually going to roll this in peppercorn. So, way to do this at home. You can find these at any grocery store. I like to lay down a little base here.
And is that whole peppercorn, or what are we looking at here?
Half cracked peppercorn.
Okay.
So, that's it. Super simple. Pat it down. These ones don't like to stick to the side, but a little is going to fall off. It's inevitable.
Okay.
And after you have that, it's time to grill.
Let's do it. Oh my gosh.
So I like to also, when I grill steaks at home at least, I like to have one side that's really, really hot, one side that's kind of low. That way I can manage cooking vegetables. Today in that instance, corn,
yeah,
asparagus, whatever you got going on. But if you have it all on high, it becomes a little much to manage. So this kind of makes it easy for that home.
Wonderful. Okay, so we got some that are mostly done here. Talk to me about what it should kind of look like when the steak is done. I mean, are we looking for a temperature, a color?
Temperature, color, all those are signs. When you do this for a living, it's easier to tell, but you just want a nice sear, a nice even sear. You can see these peppercorns have a little bit of char on them. That's how I like my steak. And these have actually been resting here for about 5 minutes, so they're almost ready to go.
Beautiful. Now we're also making some delicious corn that you were grilling just a moment ago, but talk to me about the process of doing that, because I think these flavors in this particular corn dish are just amazing.
Yeah, it's super simple. Our corn, it has a little bit of acid. That's gonna be lime juice, sweet from the honey, spicy from the peppers, and then just butter. After that, you need seasoning, and that's it. So
beautiful.
I can show you. Here's the butter today.
Yum.
More butter, the better.
That's what I say. My nutritionist might have something else to say.
Butter, corn, and then, of course, don't forget the salt. I'm a pretty salty guy.
Yeah?
I like a little extra. And you can actually cook this on the barbecue, too.
Oh, just like that?
Just like that. If you don't want to run inside and, cook stuff.
And I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, that is awesome. Is that like just a special kind of pan that you can throw on there, probably?
Yeah, cast iron. That's preferable for me, especially outdoors.
Beautiful. Oh, I love how creative we can get on the grill. Love it, especially for the summertime. Now, I know that at the restaurant, while you're working, I'm just gonna, I have to know, it's a whole experience, okay? So you have desserts that even include a little bit of a show, some fire?
Everything we do at Gaucho, we like to light on fire. Bananas Foster, cherry Jubilee is also one of my favorites too.
That is so cool.
But it's a nice way to end your meal when you're dining with us. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Now let me ask you about some of the stuff we have here on the table. Is this some of the stuff that you sell at the restaurant?
Absolutely. We have Gaucho seasoning here, Wicked Spice, our spiciest seasoning, and then Diablo. It's a little sweet, a little spicy at the same time. Also, shout out to our friends at Corfini Gourmet for the steaks today.
Oh,
we
amazing.
love them. Yes.
Yeah, we love that. Okay, so on top of fire everywhere, delicious food, you guys also have live music. Talk to me about that.
Correct. 5 days out of the week, Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 6. We have live piano. Sometimes we throw in a guitar player, depends on where you're at.
Okay, awesome. All right, how close are we to trying this food, Chef?
We're pretty much ready.
Oh, I cannot wait. I love just using the grill for everything. I think personally, selfishly, it makes cleanup so much easier. Look at that. Ooh, the chef flip. Your girl could never. Beautiful. Look at these steaks. I cannot wait to try. We do have about 90 seconds left, and Chef here promised me that he was going to cut this up into bite-sized portions, which I appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
There's never anything more difficult than trying to take a big old bite of something so delicious on TV, you know? Ooh, beautiful.
Nice and medium. Any steak with fat, that's how I like to cook it.
Look at this. This is gorgeous. And of course, being at home, that's something that you can control more, the temperature of your meat if you like it, a different way. But this looks amazing to me.
Absolutely.
And I grew up eating a lot of roasted corn, so I'm also very excited about this part right here, too. Oh, look at that. Ooh, and you put blue cheese on that, you said,
Blue
right?
cheese, correct. My favorite way to do it.
Ooh. All right, I'm gonna jump in over here, Chef, if that's all right with you.
Pickled onions, and you're good to go.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite here while you work on that roasted corn. All right, here we go, y'all. Oh, and it just melts in your mouth, too. Well, of course, he knows what he's doing, right? All right, let's take a look at the corn here.
There we are.
Can I jump in?
Absolutely.
Ooh, we got 30 seconds. It's a good 30 seconds. Oh, El Gaucho, thank you so much for being here with us today.
You bet. Thank you for having us.
Amazing. Everybody go out there. Make it a great day, maybe with some steaks.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the